Hello everyone, this is my video number 10 on matrices, and in this video we will learn about elementary operations of matrix. There are total 6 operations on matrix, 3 of which due to row and 3 due to columns, and which are known as elementary operations or transformation. So let's see first two transformation, one which is on row and another which is on column, and they are following. First, the interchange of any two rows or two columns, and symbolically the interchange of first and second row is denoted by R1 interchange with R2, and the interchange of first and third column is denoted by C1 interchange with C3. For example, matrix A is equal to first row 1 2 3, second row 4 5 6, and third row 7 8 9. And suppose if you want to interchange first row and second row, then here we will write on applying R1 interchange with R2. Now first row is 1 2 3 and second row is 4 5. So first we write 4 5 6, and after that 1 2 3, and third row as it is, that is 7 8 9. This operation known as R1 interchange R2. Now column operations. Suppose if you want to interchange first and third column. So look here, first column is 147 and third column which is 369. So when we interchange C1 and C3, so first we write third column, it means 369 on first place, and after that second column 258 as it is, and now on third place write 147. So this operation is C1 interchange with C3. Now next operation is the multiplication of the elements of any row or column by a non-zero number. Suppose if we want second row multiplied by 3, then first we write like this on R2 3 into R2. Let matrix A is equal to suppose 1 2 3 4. Now second row multiplied by 3. So first row 1 2 as it is, and second row multiplied by 3, then 3 into 3 9, and 3 into 4 12. And same as column operation which will be done on columns. Now next operation is the addition to the elements of any row or column the corresponding elements of any other row or column multiplied by any non-zero number. Suppose in below example, if we want to subtract first row from second row but multiplied by 2, then we can write like this on R2 minus 2 times R1. We want to subtract first row but multiplied by 2 from second row. So let's see here. First row as it is. Now first element of first row multiplied by 2 and subtract from corresponding elements of second row. So 1 into 2 it means 2, and 2 minus 2 that is 0. Now second element of first row which is once again multiplied by 2, so 2 into 2 4, and subtract from corresponding elements of second row which is minus 1. So minus 1 minus 4, it means total minus 5. Similarly this type of operation will be done on columns also. This operation is very important operation, so once again please watch this video with carefully. Now next definition is invertible matrices. If A is a square matrix, and if there exists another square matrix B of the same order such that A into B equal to B into A which is equal to I, then here B is called inverse matrix of A, and in this case matrix A is said to be invertible. Now let's see one example. Let matrix A is equal to 2 3 1 into 2, and suppose matrix B is equal to 2 minus 3 and minus 1 2. Now we find the product of A into B. So A into B which is equal to first matrix 2 3 1 2 into second matrix 2 minus 3 minus 1 and 2. Now A into B equal to first row first column, so 2 into 2 4 plus 2 into minus 1 that is minus 3. Now once again second row first column 1 into 2 2 plus 2 into minus 1 that is minus 2. Now once again, first row, second column. So 2 into minus 3, it means minus 6, plus 3 into 2, that is plus 6. Last, second row and second column. 1 into minus 3, that is minus 3, plus 2 into 2, 4. Now next step, a into b, which is equal to 4 minus 3, that is 1. Here 2 minus 2 cancel out, only 0. Plus 6 and minus 6 once again cancel out, so 0. And last minus 3 plus 4, that is 1. So 1 0 0 1, it is a identity matrix, that is I. So a into b, which is equal to I. So here matrix B, which is the inverse of A, and denoted by B is equal to A inverse. In fact, both matrices A and B are inverse of each other. Now theorem number 3, uniqueness of inverse. Inverse of a square matrix, if exists, is unique. Now, proof. Let A be a square matrix, and if possible, let B and C be two inverse of A. Then we shall now prove that B is equal to C. It means both inverse are equal. Since B is the inverse of A, so A into B or B into A, which is equal to I, give equation number 1. And since C is also inverse of A, so A into C or C into A, both are equal to I, give equation number 2. Now B is equal to, suppose B into I. Next step, in place of I, write A into C. Now transfer this bracket on first to B into A, after that C, and in place of BA, write I, and I into C, that is once again C. Therefore B is equal to C. It means any square matrix has one and only one inverse. Now theorem number 4. If A and B are invertible matrices of same order, then A into B whole inverse, which is equal to B inverse into A inverse. Let's see the proof. From definition of inverse matrix, we have AB into AB whole inverse, which is equal to I. Since A into A inverse, which is I, so here A into B, which is a one matrix, so A into B into AB whole inverse, which is equal to I. Now pre-multiplication by A inverse, both the side. So A inverse into AB whole inverse, and right side A inverse into I. It is a pre-multiplication. Now change the bracket. A inverse into A, write in bracket B as it is. A into B whole inverse, and right side A inverse into I, which is only A inverse. Now next step. Since A inverse into A, which is I, so it will be only I into B into A into B whole inverse, and right side A inverse as it is. I into B, which is only B, so B into A into B whole inverse, and right side A inverse. Now this is B, so multiplied by B inverse. It's a pre-multiplication of B inverse, both the side. So B inverse into B into AB whole inverse as it is, and right side B inverse into A inverse. Now once again B inverse into B, which is I, because A and B both are invertible matrices. So I into AB whole inverse, and right side, which is B inverse into A inverse. And since I into AB whole inverse, which is only AB whole inverse, so AB whole inverse, which is equal to B inverse into A inverse. Hence complete the proof. Now rules for finding the inverse of a matrix by elementary operations. Let matrix X, A and B be the matrices of same order such that X is equal to AB. In order to apply the sequence of elementary row operation on matrix equation X is equal to AB, we will apply this row operation simultaneously on X and on the first matrix A of the product of AB on right hand side. So if we want to apply row operation on these types of metric equation X is equal to A into B, then we will apply on both sides. Since on left side there is a single matrix X, so there is no problem, we will apply row operation on X. But in right side there are two matrices A into B, so in the case of row operation we will apply only first matrix, that is A, not on B. Is that clear? Now second rule. Once again, let x, a and b be the matrices of same order such that x is equal to a into b. In order to apply a sequence of elementary column operations on matrix equation x is equal to a into b, then we will apply column operation simultaneously on x and on the second matrix b of the product of AB on right hand side. So let's see here, if we want to apply column operation, then on left hand side there is no problem because there is a single matrix x, but in right side there are two matrices A into B. So we will apply this column operation on second matrix, that is B. Is that clear? So if we want to apply row operation on this type of matrix equation, on right hand side if there are two matrices A into B, then in case of row operation we will apply on first matrix, and in case of column operations we will apply this operation on matrix B, that is second matrix. In next video we will find inverse of a matrix by using these elementary operations, either row operations or column operation. Till then watch this video again and again. Okay, thank you guys.